The next profile I was very impressed by was this very young looking face which stared back at me from the pages of his profile. And then when I started reading about him, I was quite amazed. He's only 14 years of age and a grade 9 student. And he's already formed a company called Futura Robotics. He is into robotics and he has dedicated himself to invent products that are aimed towards protection of women, children and the nation, and to produce low-cost and durable devices and solutions which will reach across the world. That's a very short introduction for a great person. And may I please call upon stage Kritik V, who's come all the way from Chennai. Please give him a very big hand. He's won many recognitions and awards, but I think we should first hear him out. Come, Kritik.
So, greetings of the day to one and all present here. First of all, I would like to thank the Promising Indian Society for giving me such a wonderful opportunity to present my speech. So, moving on now, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm Kritik and I'm studying grade 9 in KRM Public School and I'm coming from Chennai. So, towards technology because I love technology a lot. So, my parents joined me in few of the classes and I went a lot of classes and I completed my robotic course in just a year. There were up to 3 courses, one course as 1 year, but I completed 3 courses in just a year. So after completing my courses, I made my own standalone projects and uploaded it my YouTube channel. So it's my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel name is Innovation Guys. So I upload a lot of videos. So by the way, you can subscribe this. So I upload a lot of projects in this YouTube channel, and after I uploaded few of the projects which are recorded for social, so we'll go through few of the projects. So let me give you a scenario first. Imagine you're riding a bicycle, although you cannot. Just imagine. So you are riding a bicycle and you're just parking it in your parking spot, and you have urgent work. Without locking your bicycle, you're just going to do some work. And while you return back, you see your bicycle is lost. Then you just go to a house which has the CCTV facility, and you just go there and check the CCTV camera, and you see a stranger taking your cycle towards the street. You run towards the street and you walk half mile. Then you find another house which has a CCTV camera, because it happens. You have to find each and every house whether it has the CCTV installation. After you reach the second house, when you check the CCTV camera, you can't see your cycle. Then you assume that the person has took it somewhere else. So it's waste of time to run around the streets. So this incident actually happened to me. So I'm sharing with you. So I was very angry at that time because missing a cycle is going to be a very big thing. And what I did is I thought of developing a product. Why not people are not buying the CCTV camera? So I categorized into 2 sectors. One is going to be the size and the cost. If you take the size of a CCTV camera, every time when you just walk, you just see a small device which is being mounted in the wall. But the person who buys it knows it, how big is it. Because you need a DVR, then you need a hard disk, then you need to give the power supply, then a router. There will be a lot of complications in it. And suddenly if you buy it and mount it, you need a one-day installation for it. So you have to install it in all the walls, and it doesn't have the 360-degree features. So there are a lot of things in it. So I developed a device. It's going to be a single board handy device. So if the size of DVR is going to be very large, the device which I made is going to be very small. That is a quarter size of it. So this device can sense the, it does the same work which a normal CCTV can do. It will just take the feed and store it, and we can see it in our internet through our phones itself, although you're in any part of the globe. So then I need to categorize the pros and cons, and I applied it for a startup in InnoLab Ventures. So I went to a competition known as Part2 Idea. It's a B-plan competition where it was conducted in IIT Madras. So where I met Saurabh Chaturvedi sir. So he was the CEO of it. He was the CEO of the InnoLab Ventures. So I met him and I presented my project in front of them. He was one of the panelists over there, and he said he was really amazed of seeing just a 8th guy presenting a B-plan in the street. So then I was announced as the winner of the competition. After that they gave me a lot of feedback on it, how to develop the project in a further mode. So I got all the feedbacks and developed it in a further. Now the product is going to be very small. You can also carry it in a pocket or mount it anywhere where you want. So that is going to be one part of my project. Now I need to search another social problem. So okay, I'll ask you a question. How many of you can't hear? Maybe some sounds which is far away. How many of you can't hear sounds? Maybe if you go older, you can't hear a lot of sounds. That is going to be some of the genetic factors. So there are a lot of things in it. So imagine that if there is any high blast, or imagine that there is a sonic boom near your ears, then your eardrum will tear. So that's going to be a large problem in it. So in that case, people cannot afford a lot of hearing aids. If you categorize this hearing aids, there are up to 2 types. So one type is going to be because of genetic disorders. That's one reason I said that old age. So the hearing aid cost is going to be very, very, very less. But if we take the hearing aid which is required for any accidents, for example, if you got any accident in your ears, then the cost is going to be very high. So a lot of people are not affording it, and instead of buying the product, they are going and joining deaf and deaf schools. So that's going to be a very tragic thing. So for this problem, I thought of developing an innovation. So I developed an innovation which can make the vibrations to go through our bones and reach our auditory nerve and then reach our brain, so the brain can identify what kind of sound is it. So it is under the patent now. So the process has been going on. And then I thought of teaching students about this robotics and teaching them into some into some sectors. So these are some of my achievements, and I'm a TEDx speaker. That is going to be one of the part of it. So this is my registration of the company named Future Robotics. So this is going to be the MSME form. So I train students in government-aided schools. So students can get a base on what is electronics. So why I did this is going to be, if the students learn to do some electronic projects, then they develop themselves into robotics level. So when they go to this robotics level, so I take it in private schools also. So when they go to this robotics level also, students can identify for example, if you find a problem when you're just walking the road or do any work, you find a problem and you have a solution within you, but you don't expose it outside. So if students get these things of electronics and the basics of things, so the students can think how to give solutions towards technology. So automatically a lot of problems in the world is getting solved. So that is my full idea and goal. So in future, if you give any problem to any student, the students can classify the problems and find the solutions. So a lot of problems, for example, let us take water crisis, or let us take the full problems which the SDG has, that is the Sustainable Development Goals. So any problem can be solved through it. So that is my full aim, and thank you for spending time for hearing me.
Thank you very much. Let me ask you something. How did you sort of think of inventing this? What sort of motivated you towards? I understand you had some personal experience. I heard that. But other than that, are you an avid reader, or do you get into sort of societies which discuss this sort of thing? Is that how these ideas come into your mind?
Not like that. If I want to say an incident which has happened in my childhood, it's going to be in my brain itself. So actually, when I was very small, I just gave my little finger inside the electric sockets. So my mom scolded me at that time, but I experimented. I experimented with the neighbor's guy, so I took his little finger and tried it. So that was the thing. I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm related towards technology a lot, and my parents also motivated me a lot to fall in this course.
Wonderful. So I think that electric shock did him a world of good. That's all I can say. Fantastic.